What's up, everybody? I'm in my tree. It just gave me this leaf present just as I was about to start recording, so I'll show you the area. See there, the tree, leaves above, and then down there the roots. And that's how I come up. It's funny because as I'm getting used to hanging out in this tree, there's this like path that I can take to come up, and I don't know, it's just cool. At first I had to really think about it, but now it's just like I can scamper up and down the tree, which is, one of those weird things. Anyway, so the point of today's video is going to be to talk about bringing heaven to earth. And by heaven I mean a vibrational place rather than a physical place, because I think heaven is more a descriptor of your resonance than it is any type of physical location, obviously. So telling you how to do that by marrying your upper and lower chakras together. So I had an epiphany a few days ago about how the chakras work. And I know that I often say in these things, and part of my writing and stuff too, is all about how you're not supposed to say, well, half of it I won't pay attention to and half of it I will. So it's not like you're saying, oh, I'm all about the light, only good things, only happy things, and the dark doesn't exist, or I can't look at it, or da-da-da-da-da. The truth is that the way that we're going to transmute it and the way that duality is ending is by us being present with everything and knowing that everything is just experience and there's no such thing as this division between light and dark, duality, good and evil. None of that's true. It's all just experience. And so we choose how to respond and to whether or not we want to experience things that feel nice, so light, or that feel intense, which is dark. And sometimes you want to experience the dark. Sometimes there's a really important lesson you need to learn, so the universe gives you these crazy experiences. So anyway, from what I was told, from the information that I was given, the way that it works is that we as humans are the marriage of heaven and earth, right? So you've got the first three chakras, your crown chakra, your third eye chakra, and your throat chakra. And then you've got your bottom three chakras, your root chakra, your sacral chakra, and your solar plexus. And then you've got the one in the center, which is the heart, which is the center of your torus field, your aura. Basically, everything that you are is centered in your heart. So the way that it works is that the consciousness comes down from your upper three chakras, and we are different from animals. And I think that the best way to think about how we're different than animals, I don't think we're more intelligent necessarily at all. I mean, in some ways I think that we're most definitely less sane than the animal kingdom as humans, But the thing that makes us different is the desire to create like art. I'm sure that if a beaver builds this amazing kick-ass dam home thing, it's proud of its handiwork. I think that that probably happens. But I don't necessarily think that it puts tons of thought into the artistry and creating art and lasting things to just simply give pleasure from the beauty of it. I think that's what makes us different. One of the main things. That's one of the really root ones that I can kind of find. And also the desire to expand as individuals and to become more evolved. I don't necessarily know that animals really take time to think about doing that. Anyway, so that's the upper three chakras coming down into physical form. And then the lower three chakras are the actual physical form. The root chakra is all about stability, security, life, roof over our head, enough money to afford to live, and food in our mouths and stuff like that. Then the second chakra is, it's about procreation and sexuality, but it's also about creativity. It's about that creating, but it's creating in the physical world. And the third chakra is about your personal will and power, but it's still with a physical bent there. So you've got the lower three, which are the life, the body, being on earth. And the body is an organism all on its own. Our bodies have intelligence that is not that connected to the upper chakra divine knowings that come down. I mean, like I said, the body is an organism, but the way that I often think about it is that we're the stewards of our bodies. Our bodies are kind of like our pets, and that's why sometimes your consciousness will tell you one thing and your body's telling you another thing, or craving something. And you have to figure out how to take good care of your body and work in concert with it. But I also don't think our bodies are truly us. I hope that makes sense. Anyway, so when you bring down the consciousness of the upper three chakras and the physical physicality, I guess, of the lower 3 chakras and center it at the heart, then you get this amazing thing happening which marries the heaven and earth ideas that humanity is here to combine and unite and expand upon. Okay, so there's that. And then how to do it, how to pragmatically, functionally make this happen. And I've discovered this in the past few days. Well, one method. There are a bunch of methods, but especially about engaging the physical body, I think that it's really important that we live in our bodies. Most of our culture, at least in Western culture, I mean, I'm sitting here right now in a tree talking to you, using my little phone to record a video, and you're likely to be watching this sitting down somewhere, not moving your physical body. And the way that our culture is currently working, we don't move our physical bodies that much. So it's really important to engage your physical body. And so this month of Bikram yoga that I'm doing, which I've talked about it before, but I usually do yoga every day, but Bikram is different because I'm not in control of what I'm doing. Also, it's really hot in there. I have a love-hate relationship with it, which is getting easier. I've been doing it for a little over a week now, and every class is easier. It seems less hot, and the postures are easier to get into. But yesterday, after I was finished, I had to walk back to my car, which I'd had to park a couple of blocks away because I did it later in the day. Normally, I go to like the 5:30 a.m. class, but this day was 1 or something when I was walking back to my car. And I had this moment of crazy, awesome euphoria. And it was just by being present in my body. Kind of similar as when I went to the sand dunes in the Mojave Desert this summer and I got way too overheated. So I was kind of in danger of passing out. And then I got back to the car and a friend gave me these ice cubes that they had in their trunk. And so I'm like, rubbing my body with the ice cubes. And then my temperature came down enough to where I was cognizant again, but I had been forced by the heat to be so super ultra present in my body that this amazing euphoria came over me. And so that's kind of how I felt yesterday. I was walking back to the car, and it's how I felt when I first got up into the tree today too. Just sitting down, looking around, feeling connected, and this is the crux right here, is feeling like in this moment right now, not in 30 minutes when I have a call to make, not in 15 minutes when I'm driving back home, not next week when I'm prepping a retreat, not in a month when I'm hosting a retreat, none of that. But right now is awesome and simple. And that's it. It's just great. And what I know is that if you can start storing up those little moments, because the more you can spend your time there, that's heaven, right? That right now everything is great. My life is wonderful. I love it. And even if it only lasts 5 seconds, even if it only lasts a minute or 2 minutes, the more that you can get yourself in that vibrational spot, the more that you're bringing heaven to earth. And then if you live there, remember that heart field, that torus field that we all have going around us all the time, kind of shaped like an apple? Your field is influencing everything. So if I'm sitting in this tree and feeling like, man, this is heaven, then the tree's going to absorb it because this is obviously a living creature, like the bark is his skin, obviously. And so the next people that come into this tree are going to feel like that. They're going to get effects of that. And also if I speak from that place, then the vibration of my words when they hit someone else's ear will hear it. So it's really important to know where you're coming from vibrationally when you're interacting with other people. So I think that is all I wanted to tell you. As far as updates go, let's see, my intuitive development courses are about halfway over. It's very fun. I love my students. They are awesome. And I learned so much from them. And also, I'm prepping some retreats. There's going to be a Utah one in January, hopefully a Hawaii juice out one in January, one in San Francisco in February, one in the Tetons, so probably either Driggs or Idaho Falls, which is a cross-country skiing event, in March. Hopefully going to get to Charleston and do a retreat at the Angel Oak Tree, which would be amazing, in maybe April or May. So, they're moving along. None of them are open for registration yet. I'll tell you when they are. Also, Starseed Wilding is coming slowly but surely. It's mostly channeled, not from an external entity, but I kind of go up and get the information and bring it down and type it. So that's moving right along. Essentially, there's a lot of things going on right now, but I would encourage you. We're in the home stretch of 2012. Gosh, barely a month left until the big day where who knows what will happen. My hunch is that it'll actually be probably quite a normal day. We'll just all feel really weird, but I don't know. I could totally be wrong. I'm not guaranteeing that because I do not know what I'm talking about as far as being sure in any way. So Today I'm going to visit my cousin Corey, who's an amazing astrologer, and perhaps I'll persuade him to make a video with me on what you guys can expect for the next month and a half of 2012. Well, almost 2 months. You know what I mean. Anyway, so on that note, yes, it's very, very important to engage your body. Wintertime's here. It's more sedentary anyway. Well, for those of you in the northern hemisphere. For those of you in the southern hemisphere, enjoy your spring. I'm sure it's awesome. Lots of weather changes. You know, the hurricane on the East Coast. Apparently there's some crazy storm system that I saw this morning is coming up to the upper West Coast. So there's a lot of stuff going on, but it's super important to engage your physical body. Try to get it strong. Try to get it active. Make it easier to live here in this body and bring this body with you to your next stage of consciousness rather than needing to fight between the intelligence of the body and the mind. The more you can live in your body, the more those two intelligences will work in cohesion. So anyway, go in peace. Have a great day. I'll be in touch again very soon. Talk to you guys later.